It's really interesting how common it is to find people saying that they don't love their job or they're just not engaged anymore and they're really just passing time or they're just waiting for something to happen, especially employees that are really seasoned and senior and have been in their roles for a long time. One of the reasons that I think, and that at Challenge Factory we think, that there is this effect of having disengaged senior people in your organization is what we call the Broken Talent Escalator. With longevity now reaching into our 80s, but we still think that we should only have a working life expectancy in our 60s. There's an enormous disconnect of what happens as we start to reach what typically would have been the end of our careers. The Broken Talent Escalator gives us a really good analogy to think about what's happening in organizations and then look at how we might go about solving some of those problems. So imagine, if you will, that you're getting onto an escalator at the ground floor and you know that you want to get to about the 8th or the 9th floor. You start to take your ride up the escalator, and as you start to get to the 5th floor, and certainly by the 6th floor, you realize that there's a problem. The escalator that you're on is ending, and there's no signs that explain how you're going to get from the 6th floor to the 8th floor. There's no other stairs, there's no elevator, and no one else seems to have an idea of how to do that easily or with minimal risk. So you have a choice. You can either step off the escalator and join the rest of the people that look like they're trying to find their way with limited numbers of success, or you can stay on that top step of the escalator. And as that stair disappears underneath the floor, you can take a step backwards and in effect use that top step of the talent escalator as a treadmill. And as you come into work every day feeling like you're on a treadmill because you don't believe there's any other viable options for you, you then cause a cascading effect down the rest of the escalator, where everyone else needs to start to use their steps as a treadmill too. Until we get to the bottom of the escalator, where there's new hires that are looking to join your company, and they look up the escalator and they see the effect of what's happening. They feel the culture of a group of people that feel like they're on treadmills, and they take alternate routes. They look for alternate ways to become employed. That's really the effect of the Broken Talent Escalator, and it's measurable. And at Challenge Factory, we take this concept and we bring it to life inside organizations so that they can quantify the risks and costs of having a broken talent escalator, and they can start at the top rather than piecemeal, one step at a time in different parts of the escalator without really addressing the root cause. Employment is a system. Everyone needs to work all together.